Today, we're going to build a virtual assistant that you communicate with via your Telegram app. And it is initially connected to your calendar, your Google Calendar, and you're able to pose queries and create events in it. So let's start with what's in my calendar for Monday. It goes off and it communicates with the agent, and very quickly it will come back with this, a very nice listed, itemized explanation of what I'm doing on Monday. So the flow we're going to create is this one here. It's quite convoluted. I'll step you through it. There is a trigger from Telegram, and so we connect it to your Telegram app and you're able to communicate with it. It will assess whether it is receiving a text message or a voice message. In later versions of this, we will create processing so that it can handle voice messages that come in and translate those and transcribe them into text. It will make a choice and set the text that will then go into your AI agent. Your AI agent then has access to a range of different actions or tools to connect with your Google Calendar, and it's able to do things like create an event. It is able to update an event, delete one. It is able to get a list of the events, and you can see that we've just run that. So that's how it got the list of what's happening on Monday. And eventually you can also create an event with an attendee. The final step, once it processes that, is it responds to your Telegram message, which is what we saw right here. The first thing we're going to do is create a Telegram trigger, and this is going to receive a message or notification from our Telegram app, and it will pass a message in from Telegram itself. I've already connected this to the Telegram account. I'm going to trigger on message. So let's go and send a test message now in Telegram, and that's going to trigger our workflow. We'll see it inside of executions. That's now succeeded, and we will see that a message has been delivered to the node. We can double click on that and see that we have a message with message ID, who it's from, and the first name, last name, a bunch of different information. Let's copy this and put that into our Telegram trigger node, and what that will do is mean we don't have to keep rerunning it. We can now just pin this data and we can execute this inside of here anytime we want to. The next step that we have is to create a switch, and the switch is going to check if this is a voice message or a text message. Now, in this first instance, we're only going to focus on text, and later we'll introduce voice as well. So if we open this up, we can see that there is, we've set the mode to rules. So we're going to check the information that's coming into this node. What we're going to do is execute this trigger, and that's going to pass through the data into this second one. And what that means is we now have actual data. And what we can see in the rules is it's looking for, it's doing routing between which direction it should go. And what it's doing is looking for a particular piece of data inside the data packet that's received from Telegram. The first one is looking for a voice message, and if it doesn't find it, so it's checking does it exist. If it finds the voice data inside the message packet, it will output the word voice. If it doesn't find it and it finds a text message instead, then it's going to output the word text. You can see because this is green, it's found JSON message text, which will be JSON message and then text. So it's found this text message and it knows this is sent via text. And you can see that this is in red. It wasn't able to find that in the packet, and therefore it's going to return that this is text and a text message. So what we now want to do, since we know that it's a text message, is we're going to grab the specific text as a single field that we pass along to our AI agent. So we open this up and it's looking for JSON message text, which we already have, and it's going to pass that as a single field called text onto the next node. And the next node is going to be our AI agent. So our AI agent is created here, and it's got some information, a system message about its role. And here I've told it that it is overall a personal agent, and it has access to a bunch of different tools, and eventually it will be able to write emails, use calendar, a bunch of different things. You can see that it is looking for JSON.text, which is the message sent from the previous node. We're going to test this in a moment, but before we do, we need to fully set up our AI agent. The way we're going to do that is by connecting it with OpenAI, which is this one here. And we've already set up this node with an OpenAI account, so it's already connected to my OpenAI account, and I've chosen GPT 4.1 mini because it has a fairly simple and straightforward task to do. In terms of memory, we want to give it memory so that it has some recollection about the conversation that it's having, and we just create a simple memory node. And we can have a key that comes from Telegram to know which message or conversation this is a part of. So you can imagine that multiple people might be sending Telegram messages to this workflow. We want to differentiate between them, and the way we do that is to check the Telegram chat ID. We can also set the window length for how many messages are going in and out that it will be able to go back into the history of to recall the conversation. Here we have set it to 10. The next thing we will do is create the tools that this will need to be able to access a calendar. Now, I've connected it with Google, and so each of these is a Google Calendar node, and each of these is connected to my Google Calendar account. And here we can see that the node specifically here is update event. The tool description can be set automatically. The resource is to update an event. And the operation is update in this instance. We update our calendar from a particular list. Here I've got two different calendars that I can choose from, and I'm choosing my company calendar. And what we're doing is setting an event ID, and we are also setting which fields we want to update in terms of the start time and the end time of that event. So we're going to connect each of these now. We have update event, we have delete event, we have get events, and create event with attendee, and each of these is configured accordingly. So this one is about creating an event. Still the same calendar, still the same start and end, and so on. So this is now fully connected. The last thing that we need to do is create a response to our Telegram message to our chat. And so we do a respond to message Telegram. It connects to my same Telegram account, and the resource is we are going to send a message. And we have the chat ID, so we want to send it back to the original chat conversation in the Telegram app. And we're going to submit the text, which is the output of the AI agent that's gone and done the work for us. We don't want to have any markup. We may want to pass the output to make sure that it's in the right format that Telegram understands it. Let's now test this workflow. We start by making it active, and that means we're able to call it from our Telegram account. We go to our Telegram interface, and again we ask the question, what is in my calendar for Monday? We can go back to N8N, and we should be able to see that this is executing live, so it's running as we speak. It will pop up in a minute and show us the workflow, and it's already responded. And it looks like it's all green ticks, which is good news. When we go back to our Telegram, we can see once again that our calendar for Monday has the following items. So this is now working and operational. We can make this a live application.